And what I've found, and I've even gone even grittier than that to itemize even smaller points like a style guide, and a client has picked off those ones that they to make the end price more affordable. I'm having and I think I'm going to be able to answer this question myself, but I've gone through a few clients now where you provide, say, a proposal or a itemized price verbally, and you kind of say, I'm segmenting price. So if it was, say, a strategy session, then deliverables, then say a website or packaging or whatever it is, I'm itemizing those individual prices rather than just giving one collective price. And what I've found, and I've even gone even grittier than that to itemize even smaller points like a style guide, and a client has picked off those ones that they to make the end price more affordable. So if they, and I know the answer would be don't do it, put it all in one price, so that way they can't do it, and just show what's included in that, and they won't know the difference of what it's worth. My only concern is that they go, okay, if we didn't want that particular thing, how much does that then become? And then they can sort of start picking it apart. But I think that's probably me reading way too much into it.
No, you're right. And I have a way that I do that solves the problem, but it also breaks down line items. So I'm a believer. I had the same thing happen to me. A few years into my business, I was given the people a menu of services, and they would just take stuff off, make it cost whatever they want. And
Yep.
I had it so many times. So the solution, let me back up. The thing that I also believe is that people want to see line items that lead up to their total price. We're a lot more apt to do it. And I give the example of a restaurant. You go to a restaurant, you look at the receipt, and you're like, holy crud, how did I get to $40 for this?
Yeah,
and then you look back and say, wait, that was $7.99, and that was $8.99, and the appetizer was $13.99. I didn't know it was going to be that much. Yeah, $40, it's right. So the same thing, the client doesn't want the sticker shock of the $40. They want to see how it gets to it, and it takes away the question. But you can't do it based on deliverables because they'll pick it apart. What you need to do is do it based on project phases. And if you look at what you just did, if you're scoping for a client, a strategy, brand strategy, identity design, and website design, you might break that into 5 or 7 different phases of the project. And the first one, phase 1, might include the discovery meeting and a strategy meeting and your persona deliverables and your initial messaging or something, or your brand positioning statement. Let's say it's those 4 things, and you bundle those into phase 1. And then phase 1 has a price. And it's not that they can look at it and say, I want to get rid of all these things, because you can say, but I can't do phase 2, which is your style guide and your logo design and things, without getting phase 1. We can't get to phase 2. So you're giving them line items, a price for each phase, but it's not based on deliverables. It's based on phases. And the things in the phases are deliverables, but they can't pull out a phase because it will make it so that you can't complete the other phases in the project. So it solves both problems. You get line items and a total price, but you're not giving them a menu of things that they can just take off the project.
No, I like that. That's a very interesting way of doing it.
Yeah, it's worked for me. I quit. In probably 2011 or 2010, I stumbled on this phasing projects, and that was the end of pricing anything based on deliverables.
As long as, if it's prefaced there by that conversation to say, if you want to move on to your deliverables, this is kind of like the non-negotiable in a way, that if you want to do it, we have to do phase 1. We can't do phase 2 without phase 1, and then can't do phase 3 without 2, and all the rest of it. I really like that. That's quite interesting.